it looks like there's some type of coordinated attack against Luna and their stablecoin. And we have Do Kwon over there saving the day. A lot of drama in the cryptocurrency community. And it seems very familiar to last bear run. So I want to give you guys some of my insights being in cryptocurrency for 6+ years. And basically talk about how there could potentially be some liquidity issues. And I want to talk about the market and all this drama. Now, I don't have time to make a complete, extremely detailed video. I want to just give you my insights on what I feel about what I've been reading on Twitter and some of the beef around, Luna and everything. And it just crashed like 15%. So I have to comment on it and everything that's going on. Happy Mother's Day to everybody that's a mother watching this video. Now, 98 or 99% of you guys and my demographics are male. So treat your girl right. Go buy her something. Go do something for her. Okay, so because there's probably not that many mothers watching this video. Leave a comment below if you're a mother. But yeah, if we come over here, there's something I did want to show because, I watch Data Dash every so often. I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's a really good YouTuber, and he has some really good insights. And what he likes to look at is Bitcoin versus the NASDAQ composite. Now, it's very interesting because if you look at Bitcoin versus the NASDAQ composite, and it looks like it's holding up pretty nicely, but I don't know why specifically he looks at Bitcoin. So let me just show you what I'm talking about, and then maybe you can learn a little bit. All you have to do is come over here. You can type in whatever you want. So in my case, I'm going to type in BLX so that everybody sees. Okay, I have a lot of stuff on here, but if you divide it by whatever you want, you can get a comparison chart. So what we're trying to do here is NASDAQ right here. We could use this one. There's a lot we could use. Let me just type a little bit more so I can get something. All right, there you go. NASDAQ composite. Boom. So he's looking at this. Data Dash was kind of showing everybody. And I think it's very relevant because what we're looking at is Bitcoin, right? This is Bitcoin compared to the NASDAQ composite. So when this chart goes up, that means that Bitcoin, okay, is doing better than the NASDAQ, okay, which is an index of a lot of companies. It basically represents, it's not the only thing that represents the stock market, but it's a good representation of the stock market. And then if we come over here, it just looks like we might be bouncing off this trend line. And it's kind of optimistic, like we haven't broken through yet. But really, I don't know why he doesn't look at the total two, or the total, not the total two. The total two is the index of all coins, but the total takes in consideration every coin on the market. Every coin on the market compared to the NASDAQ, it looks like we're breaking down, just to be clear. It looks like we're breaking down, and I've been kind of voicing this in my videos. I think a lot of you are taking it really good, just to be clear. I basically said that we're probably going to a bear market, and I got a whole bunch of resilience in the comment section. So clearly, I've been saying it over and over again. I got the smartest community in crypto. That's for sure. I could just tell by the comments, that's for sure. And, again, kind of bringing out some, I don't even want to call it bad news because it's not bad news, right? Our goal, everyone here, now that you understand how crypto works and the volatility, this is good news for us. Why? Because everybody's going to leave the market. All the competition is going to go, and all of the assets are going to get very cheap, right? So this is just showing that, okay, NASDAQ compared to the total cryptocurrency market, cryptocurrency look like it's dying a little bit. It's dying. It's going to die first. And again, it's a newer market. It's extremely volatile. So it's expected. It's literally expected. Now, I've always voiced very clearly that the Federal Reserve can switch. They can turn the printer on, right? They can switch to dovish very quickly because of the decaying economy. So although they're hawkish right now, because this is the biggest, you got to watch my other videos, catch up if you don't know what we're talking about here. But right now, hawkish Fed policy, it's moving the market. Federal Reserve is manipulating the world basically right now with hawkish Fed policy. I don't know if I want to call it manipulation. We're getting a little bit dramatic here, but you get the point. They're definitely decreasing spending, but they could flip the switch, man. They could flip it really quick. And this is why I've always justified not selling in the past couple of videos, because I did purchase some crypto assets that are down. This is why I've justified not to sell. I'm not selling because they can turn the spending right back on. Okay. So I'm sticking to my guns. This is where diamond hands are made. So it's funny because, I was one of those guys people made fun of at the top when I sold. Everybody was calling me paper hands. Right. But like right now, this is when you need to have diamond hands, not at the top. At the top, you want to have paper hands so you can take some profit. And I think a lot of you probably already experienced that. And now you understand, right? But now that we're coming towards the bottom, it's like too late to sell. Like I got 15% of my network is your net worth. But yeah, I got 15% in the market and I'm willing to part with it. It's okay because I have patience and I can wait extended period of time. And this is the time to have diamond hands, is what I'm trying to explain to you, because it's so uncertain. Nobody can predict anything. The Federal Reserve can just boom, flip the switch, dovish Fed policy, starts printing like crazy. Boom, Bitcoin, cryptos go parabolic. That is very likely to happen. Not very likely. I mean, all I know is that the Federal Reserve basically have complete control of monetary policy at this point, and they're doing whatever they want. So if the economy starts cracking, I want to be prepared for it. Okay, if the economy starts going crazy and they turn on the spending, I want to be prepared for it, and I'm not willing to part with my crypto because I do believe in it very long term. But the gist is we'll probably have some more downside until they flip. So I'm okay with losing that 15%, and then the other. Everything else I have in cash, I will be buying. I've laid out some price points for Cardano, but there'll be some other altcoins we'll be talking about in this channel. So definitely subscribe. I got a whole research list. It's not mine, it's our group's of basically coins that we think have high credibility and that will survive the bear run. So as we come down, we already know what we're going to buy. We're just waiting for our price points, and this is where patience kicks in. But that's the gist of the market. If we look at Luna, right? Some people are trying to take advantage of this dip, right? So I saw this last cycle with some certain projects, but the gist is when the market dumps, it's not just about the price of the assets. The price of the assets tank, of course, but also the liquidity on every platform dries up. Now, it's really interesting because we do have this complex DeFi system that was created in 2020, 2021 with real users. And, we obviously see play to earn games. We also obviously see NFTs and all of these new industries. So what happened was all the capital that came into crypto, it got spread out and leveraged out, right? There's a lot of liquidity all over different chains. I know you guys know what I'm talking about when you look at total value locked, right? All of the DeFi liquidity going to these DeFi projects on Phantom, some of the liquidity going into Binance Smart Chain, some of the liquidity going into Terra Luna. You get the point. Liquidity is spread across. And what's going to happen is as the market drops, liquidity is going to tighten as well. And if you don't know what liquidity is, it's very, very simple. It's just, let's say I am, this is a very good example, is Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange, right? Let's say I'm rich and I have $1 billion and I want to make some money passively in a safer type of manner, because nothing's safe in life, but a safer type of manner, and I don't want to invest in Bitcoin, and with all the volatility, it's crazy to me. What I could do is I can get USDT and USDC, which are stable coins, and I can provide it as liquidity to the actual exchange, and then people will use my money to swap back and forth. So if somebody wants to swap from USDT to USDC, they'll use my money, I'll get the fee, and I am a liquidity provider. So basically, most of the trading in DeFi, as well as a lot of the trading even on centralized exchanges, there's a lot of liquidity providers that don't really have exposure to the asset class per se for price appreciation reason, but they have it only for like trading fees and things like that. So when they see, the market dumping and not that many people trading and retail's leaving, they decide in a lot of cases to take their liquidity out of the market and start going to other places. Now, the thing that happens with this is we start seeing protocols break, because again, DeFi is ran off of liquidity. A lot of these games ran off liquidity. They need liquidity for it to function. They need people to provide liquidity so that the trading can continue to happen, right? So we'll see, these attacks. There's coordinated attacks, I think, it's happening on Terra Luna because somebody's trying to expose that and they want to take down other platforms. And I think it's very interesting that we're seeing similar coordinated attacks on Cardano. So I don't know who exactly it is. Maybe it's Bitcoin maximalists, maybe it's Ethereum maximalists, whatever the case is. In general, there's definitely people specifically trying to take down Terra Luna, at least right now. I do want to make a very detailed video before I start making outlandish claims about coordinated attacks on Cardano, but I need to find some more evidence. Subscribe to the channel for that information and future history. But if we go over here, you can see this is basically the talk of the town in the last 14 hours or so. Breaking Terra USD dollar peg breaks down. Now, I've said this in multiple videos. The only dollar or stablecoin I really trust is like USDT. It's because it's so liquid. It's just so liquid. USDC, I trust it as well. But really, like if I had to pick one, it's going to probably be USDT. Now, it's funny because in my portfolio, I have a lot of USDC. I'll swap it over because I actually just recently come onto this information in the past like couple of weeks or so. Scientific peer-reviewed papers show that USDT is a true safe haven asset against crypto dumping, people typically go to USDT over everything else. So that made me a little bit more confident about the stableness of USDT. But you could see other stable coins are having issues for sure. It also points out a couple things. Like, even if this is a coordinated attack, I mean, Do Kwon, this guy that's buying Bitcoin to back up this stable coin, he has too much power, man, because we saw it dump and then he started buying Bitcoin to fix it. And I just think that's like defeats the whole purpose of a decentralized protocol. Is we have to rely on this anonymous figure, by the way. Or maybe he's not anonymous, but on his Twitter, he specifically doesn't show his face. So I don't even know who this guy is. I have to do some more research on that. But you get the point. All this power in the hands of one person. But you can see different. I'm not going to go into the specifics because really, I don't think anyone knows what went down. But someone's claiming that Terraform Labs removed about 150 million USD liquidity from Curve yesterday. And then there was like a dumping of Ethereum. So they took this and they sold it basically. So this is causing dumps. And then some other people are saying, again, like what I'm saying, a coordinated attack where we had a lot of people pull out liquidity from USDT to dump it for whatever reason. We have other people saying the same thing. It's a lot of FUD, the Terra Luna community. Basically, the gist is the incentive mechanism is very simple. You have the stable coin, you have to sell the stable coin for Luna, and then people dump Luna. So you see that all over. But yeah, in general, I like the point I'm trying to make here over and over again. It's very simple. You're going to see this all over. Whether what is true or not, like, someone attacking another person or not, like, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that a lot of people are posturing for a bear market. So you have to protect yourself. Okay. Things that worked before will likely not work. We're going to lose a lot of DeFi protocols to lack of liquidity. Developers are going to leave. This is the nature of the game. So please, if you're watching this video, take your money off of anything that's considered risky. I highly suggest if you're picking DeFi protocols to get yield, stick to the top 5, the most liquid. I'll look for liquidity and make sure that's where you're playing your game. And it's funny because Terra Luna has a lot of liquidity, and it's still having issues. But like just play the game. Like, play the game. It's called whale games, guys. These are whale games, right? Don't. And it didn't lose its peg completely. They fixed it, is what I'm trying to explain. But like USDT, in my eyes, now I see what's going on. One person got all of this power to, uphold the stability. MakerDAO seems a little bit better for me. And even in the past, MakerDAO has had issues. Maker, if you don't know what that is, it's basically DAI. DAI is stable coin, so you can give your Ethereum, lock it up, and take DAI as collateral. I've seen it in the past, have these flash crashes as well. So again, nothing's safe. When DeFi first started, I was actually very skeptical. I would buy the coins, but providing liquidity and yield farming was always scary to me because of these reasons. Because it's basically, again, like I just said, it's like whale games. You gotta play with the whales. So we could see some loss of pegs. I think it's very likely if we continue down in the bear run. Terra Luna is not out of the question. Some of the biggest protocols, I'm not trying to scare people. I'm just updating you with the most truthful information I can give you. Remember, like, some of the biggest scams last cycle, like BitConnect, were top 5 in the world, guys. I want you to think about these things. A lot of the top 10, a lot of the top 20 currencies would not be here next cycle. Now, I don't know which ones they are. I think I have a good rule book, for distinguishing what's going to last in the bear run or not. And I will be making a video on that. But in general, like, we are likely coming down, okay? And I think I've been preparing you guys pretty well for this fall. And the lack of liquidity will be an issue. Pay attention, okay? Adjust accordingly. Take your portfolio, make it 10 times more safe is the gist. You got to make your portfolio a lot more safe and be very skeptical about everything. And if it's offering ridiculous percentage, which, by the way, USDT was one of those that are offering like consistently 17% APY, well, there's a cost to that, basically. Anything above 15% to 20% is usually an anomaly, and it will not happen for an extended period of time, okay? What's safe is probably like below 10% APY, depending on where you are, as long as there's liquidity. You get the point, okay? Adjust accordingly. Think about what's going on. Don't be shaken out of your bags, but at the same time, don't be naive. Wait for the market to drop to good prices, start accumulating. I'm confident. I love cryptocurrency, and hopefully you guys too. That's the gist of what's going on. We're likely coming down, and honestly, this chart kind of scared me a little bit, just to be clear with you. So just brace. It's not scared. It's just brace yourself for the dip. Brace yourself for that moment when you see in every single movie when it's like the last hope, right? You will get scared. Crypto will drop low. Crypto will drop low, and you will be tested. You will be tested, and I'm gonna lead you guys through. Okay, that's my goal here. Is I'm gonna lead you guys through the dark tunnel, and hopefully we'll find some light at the end of the tunnel. But yeah, this is kind of scary right here. Just pay attention to what's going on. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Look, they're gonna attack ADA. They're gonna attack Luna. There's going to be all types of coordinated attacks on different cryptos. They want to get market share. They want to assert their dominance in the bear run because remember, this is where all the competition, dies out. This is the point I've been trying to explain to you. Traders, investors, businesses, all of them will go away. Like 90% of them, 70 to 90% of them, and they're getting ahead of it by trying to attack different platforms. So, competition is going to get fierce. Pay attention to what's going on, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Catch you in the next one.